Welcome back to Lazy History Club, the only place where weird medieval courtroom dramas meet the cosy narration of a retired librarian with a whiskey problem. Today we travel to 14th century Italy, where a man was put on trial for being a werewolf. Yes, a werewolf. Not metaphorically, not poetically. A real, allegedly furry, forest-lurking, moonlight-guided werewolf. But here's the catch. He wasn't evil. He wasn't cursed. He didn't even have fleas. He was, in fact, kind of a local hero. This is the delightfully bizarre story of Ulrich of Pavia, the only man who ever stood trial as a werewolf, and walked away with a better reputation. First, let's talk setting. You're in 1300s northern Italy. There's plague in the air, soup in your beard, and no such thing as Google Maps. People still believe that lightning comes from angry saints, and that sneezing too hard could attract demons. Now imagine you're walking through the forest outside Pavia. It's misty. It's dark. You're lost. Cold. Your donkey abandoned you 3 hours ago. Things are not looking good. Suddenly, out of the trees appears a hulking wolf-like figure. You're about to make peace with your gods when it waves, like it's inviting you to dinner, not death. Enter Ulrich, local man, big heart, bigger beard, and depending on who you asked, sometimes a literal werewolf. He claimed to transform into a wolf from time to time, not to hunt or howl or do anything excitingly satanic, but to guide travellers through the woods. He was like a canine to AA agent. Instead of towing your wagon, he'd lead you home with a lantern and probably life advice. Locals didn't fear him. They trusted him. Oh, you saw Ulrich last night? He's the one who helped my cousin find her cow. I dropped my turnips and he picked them up with his paws. So polite. But medieval Europe didn't just let supernatural rumours fly unchecked. No. The church loved a good investigation, especially when wolves and heresy were involved. So the Inquisition came sniffing. They expected a frothing beast chewing on bones and yelling about the moon. Instead they found Ulrich, probably knitting. When questioned, Ulrich didn't panic. He calmly explained. Yes, I turn into a wolf sometimes. No, I don't bite people. Yes, I help lost travellers. No, I do not owe any allegiance to Satan, the moon, or the French. Now this really confused the inquisitors. Theologically, they were prepared for witches, curses, maybe a frog possessed by Beelzebub. But a polite, articulate, helpful werewolf? That was new territory. They paused. They prayed. They held meetings. They probably made a flowchart. Ulrich didn't shy away from his condition. He leaned into it. He claimed that his transformation wasn't a punishment or even a curse. It was a gift from God. He said, if I turn into a wolf to help people, then it must be divine. Honestly, solid medieval logic. Now, church law at the time had zero precedent for holy werewolves. But Ulrich was so well-spoken, so respected in the community, and so clearly not murdering people, that the inquisitors were left with few options. They asked him things like, do you practice magic? No. Do you harm others? Only with unsolicited advice. Do you bark in church? Only during the long hymns. Eventually they concluded he was not possessed, not a heretic, not dangerous, and this is real, probably blessed. They let him go. That's right. Ulrich the werewolf won his trial, and not with violence or trickery, just honesty, service, and a fantastic mane. After the trial, Ulrich didn't go into hiding. He didn't sell out and start a medieval beard oil brand, though he could have. Instead, his story spread far and wide. He became a folk hero, a symbol of hope, humility, and seasonal shedding. Tales evolved, as they always do. Some said he could sniff out demons. Some said he could sniff out demons. Others claimed he guided the dying into heaven while carrying a bell. One story said he once beat a robber in a debate and a wrestling match in the same evening. By the end of the century, Ulrich was less of a man and more of a legend. Some said he never died, that he still roams the woods, guiding travellers and judging your life choices silently from the shadows. So, what's the takeaway? Sometimes history's weirdest characters aren't villains. They're just misunderstood guys with back hair and good intentions. Ulrich of Pavia broke the mould. He lived in a time where being different could get you exiled, or worse, but he used his strange gift to help others. And in return, for once, the world showed mercy. No fire, no torture, just a court full of stunned monks saying, "Well, he is quite polite." Let that be a lesson from the 1300s. You don't need to hide who you are. Just try not to howl during choir practice.